Hi, this is Mike McCoy. Thank you for taking the time and the trouble to have a look at this short video. This is to try and give you some idea of what I'm hoping to achieve. This appeal for funding is to do with a 38-year ambition I have of mine. And I say again, 38-year ambition. And it all starts a long time ago in the 70s when, as a teenager, I struggled massively with schooling. I fell asleep at class, I lost place, I would have struggled to read and the lines would move back and forwards. These are symptoms of dyslexia, but in the 70s there was, not only was it not recognised, but the cure was physical punishment. All sorts of physical punishment, strap belt, whack across the head, and being told I was stupid constantly by the teachers, that I'm thick and that never amount to anything, and so on and so on. Thankfully society moved on, but needless to say that had a devastating effect on my schooling, and I failed virtually all of my exams, which is a shame because I had great ambitions to be a draftsman and electronics engineer, but because I just didn't have a chance to get past the exams when I was at 16. There was one saving grace. And next time I failed all my exams bar one, which was history. And the reason why I passed that one is part of the exam was a module whereby you went out and you did a local project to do with the environment or transport or people and so on and so on. So I chose to do a history book of its own. I hate the word history because it always implies something very heavy and technical, but why I try to make it a bit more lightweight, because books of them era, and sometimes nowadays, they tend to be very text heavy, they tend to be very wordy, so I try to make it a bit easier to read. So what inspired me to do this was my dad's tin of photos was a photograph of something called the North East Coast Exhibition, taken in 1929. Never seen it before, never heard about it before, and even to this day a lot of people don't know about this event called the North East Coast Exhibition. Anyway, this was the inspiration, which quickly built up into a book of 20 chapters. I put a lot of hard work into it, a lot of pictures, a lot of trips to the libraries and so on and so forth. I loved it, I absolutely loved it. It got a raving good, much to my surprise, pass mark. It saved at least one exam result, got an O-level in history, and I left school with something to be proud of. So what happened next? Well, life is life, and it got buried for 35 years in my moves, my different house moves, my different my job moves, my redundancies, and later on in life, with the help of my wife, I've built up 2 businesses, and now at the age of 54, or at least a couple of years ago, my wife found the book buried in a box, intrigued, read it cover to cover, and loved it, and I was dead proud of that. Not long later, a friend of mine who's an ex-journalist who writes books for a living, he encouraged me to help put this together, because not only did he feel as though there was a lot of stories not reported that was buried in my notes, but also he felt that there was going to be some appeal locally. So we set on a 3-year quest to try and put this into print, to dot the I's and cross the T's. We've tidied it all up. We've made room for something like 15, 16 little postscript stories to do with the different events and different buildings around the northeast. And so here we are. And hopefully later on this year in October, I plan to launch it at the Newcastle Library. Now, 2 aims I've got is, one, as you can imagine, I'm looking forward to standing on that stage and proving to the world I'm not thick and stupid, as my teachers said many years ago. I may be dyslexic, but I have a life on a book to be proud of. The second thing is, as well, in the North East Coast Exhibition I mentioned, it was attended by 4.7 million visitors, and for every millionth visitor a gold watch was given out. Now I'd love to try and find out where these watches are. They're buried, nobody knows where they are, and so on. And needless to say, there's going to be some really good human stories behind that. So the aim of this crowdfund application is to try and gain the funding from people to help me with the costs of getting this book launched, and published and such like, and distributed among the shops and tourist places around Newcastle, and B, to try, if possible, if the funding is there, to try and track down these watches. Anyway, that's where we are, and I just wanted to say a few words to you, and just thank you very much for taking the time to look at this. I hope very much that you can help me out. In return, if you look on the perks list, there's 1 or 2 things I might be able to offer in return. If you're looking for any more information, you can contact me direct on my mobile 07865 923 716. Obviously via Indiegogo to be exact, website. And my email address is mike@mccoyenergy.co.uk. Before I go, I just wanted to say thank you very much for taking the time, and from my heart, I really appreciate and really hope you can help me. This is a proud moment, and I'm looking forward to it in October, to stand on that stage and tell the world my story. Meantime, thank you.